Hey guys, AwesomeCast this week. We got Chilla in studio showing off the Microsoft Surface. We got Fuzzwad, ironically, coming at us from his Nexus. We talk tablets, a lot of tablets, and what it means for the future of computing. We're talking politics, a little bit with the technology side of it, and a bit more. AwesomeCast.
I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said.
Hey guys, it's the AwesomeCast 126. I'm Sorg, right here in the studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, ready to talk
Happy
tech
election
with you.
night!
Happy election night! If you're not with us live, then congratulations, or I'm sorry to him or her that might have won your local or national election. Does that sound right? Did I cover all the bases?
Go your guy!
Go your guy! Go your guy! Make the right. What was that, Chachi?
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Whatever that may be, just do the right thing.
Who are you?
Huh?
Wasn't there a movie?
There
about
was
that?
a movie about that, but I think it was about something completely different.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yes.
I'm Sorg. I'm Michael Sorg right here. MikeSorg.com, Sorgatron.com. I've actually been blogging. I tried doing the Mo Blomo.
No,
The one where you the
No,
national
it's Nama,
blogging
Nama,
Mo.
I thought is that the Rimo?
no,
No, that's a different one.
It's
Nama.
Nama, Blopo, Mo.
Wow, words are hard.
National Blogging Post Month. Right?
I wasn't aware.
There's
of
a
that
National Writing Month too. I guess my
November's-
wife is doing the righty. I think I don't know. She's the righty one. So, anyways, no. Hey, there's Chachi behind the board.
I'm over here. Wait.
Hey,
Ta-da!
Chachi's behind.
he's like, I am this big.
I am over here. Oh, jeez. And also
I'm
with
having
us,
a hard time working the camera.
yeah, it's getting all weird and yep.
I am this big.
Back over here on the couch, please. Is Chilla, John Chilla, joining us, and he's got toys. We'll get into those in a second.
Hey,
But
Chilla, how big are you? Like,
I'm this big.
I don't know how to take that. But also with us is Frank Chenoweth at Fuzzwad, also from InsertCoinToBegin.com, along with Chachi.
Hi.
Hey, and you're coming. What are you coming to us from?
Nexus 7 this week.
Yes, it was doing better than I imagined. That was your laptop you were on before.
Yeah, my MacBook Air is usually pretty good about this, but the fans just kicked on the high tonight, and it was just bad. So I apologize for anyone who gets motion sickness watching the video.
all right.
Awesome. So let's get right to it.
Where can they find us?
Oh, you can find us at awesomecast.com. We'll fix it one of these days. Actually, I have a WordPress export looking at it after PodCamp. I'll have to remind them to please take another look. We'll get that thing fixed. I have to fix it because the same things happened to ChachiPlays.com, and we got to use that here soon.
No,
So
I
maybe
hate you.
Maybe I'll just
When were you going to tell me this?
about now.
I hate
If it wasn't
you.
fixed by now, I was going to tell you.
I hate you.
So,
We need that
there's
to
that.
work.
But you can, yes, we do need to get that to work. You can also tweet us at AwesomeCast. We're also on Facebook and Google+. No, that's the other side. So let us know anything about this show, anything you think we should talk about. Extend the discussion here. And hashtag this, hashtag AC126 for this episode. You're moving the mic. I can hear you moving the mic
No, you
over
can't.
there. Yes, I can, actually.
Can't you take that out in post?
There we go. How's
Not
that?
really. It doesn't work that way.
It looks more newsy if I do it like this.
It looks more newsy. Show them
Yeah.
what you're doing there.
You can't really tell from that
Just
camera
kinda
angle.
see-
I turned the mic
It's
around.
like, what is that?
I turned the mic around.
I usually just kind
so
of
it's
put it off
there.
to the side and put the like old school mic in front of it.
Yeah,
There you
well,
go. There you go.
There we go.
You need
That
one of
kinda
those
works.
dangly things.
The dangly things. Then Chachi would be playing with it. There you go. There you go. Oh,
You
it's
can't
short.
see it anyhow. I'll fix it. Let's
Well,
get on with the show.
I was setting it like on the Mac Mini, so it stuck out a little bit more. Anyways, this is a show where we get all techie and tech bantery and all that kind of stuff. Now, first, Chilla, as he's one to do, brought us a toy to show off here. Look at this. You probably can't tell what that is.
It's actually
There's-
interesting because the
Make-
logo is so dark.
Yeah, you
Make
probably can't
the
see it on
noise.
camera. There you go.
You have to make the
That's
noise.
a Windows logo, guys. Oh my God, it's a Surface, and it's got magnets. How does that work?
There you go.
So yeah, you brought us your fancy new Microsoft Surface. We were talking about it a lot before the show, before we were broadcasting here. First of all, I love that you have the Stark Industries
Sorry.
crazy finger thing going on just to unlock this thing.
Yeah, and I think does Android does. Can you do a picture unlock, or is it just the little dots and connecting them?
Frank?
Frank, we're looking to you, Frank.
Okay, wait, what?
So the unlock screen on an Android device, you can use the camera, you can use a password.
There's a camera. There's actually a couple different aftermarket things you can do. Like one of them has solve a math problem. I think, or maybe that's just an alarm clock. But there's the
solve a math problem.
there's just the face.
Oh, the
Jelly
alarm
Bean
clock.
has where you have the face, and then it also has to see you blink. You have just a regular swipe to the side. You have no lock screen at all. You have number patterns. You have a keypad pattern. So
Is there a picture pattern?
there's an app for a picture pattern.
Okay.
The math problem that he's talking about, there's an alarm clock app where before you can shut the alarm off, you
That would
have
be
to be
bad.
able to solve a math problem.
That's what it is.
And there were many a times where I took the battery out and put it back in because I wasn't solving that math problem.
Oh, is it difficult math?
No, but at 5 o'clock in the morning, all math is
It's
pretty
too early for a
difficult.
math problem.
Like it would be like triple digit addition or subtraction. I'm like, that's too many numbers.
I gotta find my calculator.
I can't shut the alarm off to get to my calculator. I'm screwed.
Well, but still, so you got a Surface here, and you're actually, I noticed you're opting for the desktop mode here.
Well, and it's interesting. So I was trying to get on the Sorgatron site so I could get into the chat, and of course I still have no video, even though I have Flash.
So Flash doesn't work. Apparently.
But I just got a Flash update.
Yeah.
So the desktop mode is mainly for your Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote.
Which come with the device. Now this is the $4.99 edition of this, which is 32 gigabytes, more or less.
Which what we were talking about is actually 16 gig after Microsoft gets done. using up the disk.
Yeah. So that whole idea, because you get twice as much as an iPad at the same price. Yes and no.
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of. Yeah, you have that much memory, but you don't have that much memory to use after you install Windows, as usually happens.
And then as Windows is, you have to go in and adjust the virtual memory, which is below what they recommend, even though it's system managed. So you got to allocate another gig to virtual memory. So then you're down another gig. So now you're sitting about 15.5 gig.
But that's enough to do. I mean, you're not installing any large games or anything.
And that's
on this
the other
thing.
impressive thing is most of the apps that I've installed are 2 meg.
Okay.
They're nothing large. What I'm interested in seeing is, and I'm probably going to get the new Angry Birds Star Wars, and I'm going to get it on this.
Are there Angry Birds on there yet?
No, I don't think so. They may have the other one. The
Okay,
first-
gotta have
just
something
the
on there.
Normal one.
So we're going in the store
We're going
here.
in the store, which I
Okay,
don't know if anyone
we can show off a little bit here.
Oh,
Oh,
isn't that strong?
I'm sorry, we don't
dropped
have our over-the-shoulder camera set up. So there it is. I mean, it's what you expect if you've seen like Windows Phone or the commercials and everything. It's got a bunch of live tiles kind of set up. Oh, you're in the store part actually.
Yeah, I'm in the store.
So we're looking
Find
through
some
there.
games.
I mean, this is basically it's what I'm seeing on my Xbox. It is.
Oh yeah, they have Angry Birds Space for $5.
There you go.
I'm not paying for it. But the other interesting thing is so the Surface tablet, it's the RT, you have to install from the store.
Yeah.
There's
no other option.
There's no other option on what's upside down.
Which makes sense, because this is not an Intel processor. They're going to have ones out later that are going to be basically this, but they're going to have an Intel processor, but I think they're going to run about $900 to $1,000.
That's what they're saying, and the thing that turned me off to those devices is the battery life is what worries me.
Yeah, because they're Intels.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more power, but, you know, what's going to be like a laptop where you're going to need it plugged in most of the time.
Exactly.
Right?
And that doesn't mean, to me, that doesn't make it usable.
Yeah.
I want something that I can take around all day, plug in overnight. I mean, my iPad...
No. This seems like the thing. Well, what application do you think, like for you got this thing, did you get this thing mostly out of curiosity, or as, I'm going to actually use this as a day-to-day device? Is this your laptop replacement?
I wanted it to be a laptop replacement.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you. So I went to write a blog, and I've started to do a blog where I have to do everything from the tablet.
Okay.
There's no PC interaction. So if it's a picture, I take it with
or PC proper, at least.
So I took a picture with my iPhone of something, and then I had to get it on here. So I plugged it in, and it said, "Oh, look, you have an iPhone." It brought up the drive.
Which, isn't that kind of weird? And like I'm plugging an iPhone into, like, can you sync your iPad to this thing?
No. Well, so here's the kicker. So it finds it as a camera device, like normal Windows. And when you navigate to the directory, there's no pictures. So I wanted...
There's no driver yet.
Well, there's the driver's there. It sees the device. You can double click on it. You can bring up where the DSIM folder is, where it normally would be, and it's empty. So I'm like, I was confused, perplexed, annoyed. So I ended up I put the picture in Dropbox, brought it over to my iPad, edited it on the iPad, threw it in SkyDrive so I could get to it because there's a SkyDrive app, and then pulled it down in SkyDrive.
No matter how fancy this thing looks, and it looks fancy. Like, I'm seeing all these live tiles go up. It looks nice. It looks like a really nice interface. I'm kind of cool with the whole live tiles thing, but still, it's Windows, and not everything works the right way, and you have to jump through hoops. It's interesting.
Yeah, this is what I was trying. I was trying to build an unboxing graphic.
Okay, I don't know if you want to show. I don't know if they can see that from there. What is that, like a Mixel or something? Or
yeah,
there it is.
Or what is it? The dip.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. Yeah, but so pretty much everything that I want to do, other than type in Word, I have to do on my iPad. Put it in SkyDrive.
I have to do it on my other tablet so I can get it on this tablet.
Exactly.
This is like, you're like dueling tablets. You're like juggling tablets in order to get stuff done. But still...
Hey, it's the tablet for hoarders.
The tablet for hoarders. Somebody put that in notes.
So there's also a memory card slot, which is nice, but it doesn't auto-find any of the media you have on that card. And you can't install apps to the card. So you kind of have to jump through hoops to really use the card. So I feel like I'm back in the Windows methodology of...
I'm definitely back to Windows. Okay, you guys got me there.
But it makes it more complex to use.
How long have you been using this?
A week.
A week. Okay.
Now, people saying that you can't, and you can't see it on my lap here, people saying you can't put it on your lap, that's obviously wrong. It's sitting on my lap.
No, I mean, you have a full, like, length kickstand, so...
I guess if I had very
if you were, like,
legs,
curled up on, like, the couch with your legs, like, circled or something like that,
what
I
was
could see...
interesting, people were saying that to type properly while sitting on the couch, you had to sit Indian style. And I'm like, I don't even know...
I don't know how your legs work, but... No, I don't see that
No, I don't see it at all. So, the calendar drives me nuts.
What?
You can't use calendaring. Like, you can't use Google shared calendars.
Oh.
It only uses your default calendar.
Oh,
so,
come on. Even Apple's figured that out.
So here, I have one entry due to the fact that I can only pull in.
Oh, look, it's your anniversary.
It's actually, that's our old, when we were dating.
Oh.
But
I don't think it's spelled right either.
No, it's not.
No.
But so if you look at that calendar, and then if I can find calendar on here, because I never use it.
Just search it. The one right there.
election night is irritating. FYI.
Are you reading Twitter?
I know. I'm watching CNN.
Now look at my calendar here.
Okay, well let's show that. So we got his calendar there. So it's filled in, right? There's a bunch of stuff going on. I don't know how much you can see. My God, this one's light. Which one is this?
This is the 3.
Wow. I'm still in the 1.
Chilla gets it all.
It's because I'm homeless.
He's homeless. So all he has, he's hoarding his tablets so he can build his box to live in. And it's automatically warned because of all these screens with the light going on. Like,
how do you
see how bright it is on my head?
How do you charge the devices if you're homeless?
Right?
Starbucks.
Library. It's kind of like
library. A lot of posting goes on at library.
There you go. Yeah. Library. Whatever. You ever see for like Hurricane Sandy how there's like those charging stations? Hobos have the same thing.
So I probably literally have 90 entries on this 30-day calendar.
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah. Because you're using it the right way, right? Like, that's how you use your calendar, is I have, like, a section for this stuff, a section for Sorgatron Media stuff, a section for stuff at PTI, stuff for this project, stuff for this project, stuff for bills, maybe, if you use it that way. That's how you become a power user at calendaring. And then when you run into this, where, like, the default thing doesn't use it.
Right. And now all my other accounts are set up on there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't know to look there.
No.
So, and I'm hoping it's something, I know they fixed it in the recent version of Windows Phone 7. Whatever Mango, the Mango version.
It's like the 7.5 or something, right? Yeah.
So they fixed it in there so it could read multiple Google calendars.
Yeah.
But if they have it fixed there, why didn't they have it fixed when the Surface came out? And that's one of the things a friend of mine, actually, we were talking a lot about. He's a huge Windows Phone junkie, and things like the Contacts app, he can create groups to group his contacts. And then he can just see their Twitter updates or their Facebook
kind of like
updates.
you're creating like circles or something, right? Okay.
Well, not on here.
It's all like here's everything. Yeah. First of all, you made the mistake. You got it the first week. There's a lot of stuff that's not going to be there yet. The apps you said was a problem.
There's no Facebook, no Twitter.
You have to go to like Facebook.com.
It's go to Facebook.com or Twitter.com. You can use the Contacts app, but it's kind of cumbersome and it doesn't lend itself.
And again, it kind of gives you everything, right?
Now there's an app called FlipToast that I really like, and it does Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Okay.
Which I go into FlipToast more than I go into my Contacts app to see feeds.
Okay.
It is laggy, but I think that's, I'm not going to lie, I think that's the developer. But you can see as it starts to populate, it's filling in. For those of you who can't even see video.
And Chachi, I don't know if you can bring up a site for FlipToast for Windows 8.
Sorry, I'm a little bit busy watching election.
Sherman got you in the chat there.
He did.
So
they've taken a lot. They've taken a lot from a lot of other OSs.
And this looks like it's a more visual. It looks like kind of a flipboardy type of thing going on here. For the most part. Yeah, actually it does. It looks like they flipboard it. Because like, what is that? That's probably a tweet with an image and it pops right up there. Yeah, it looks like it on there too. You can kind of get a look at that. Play that video so you can kind of see what's going on there a little more visually. So, I mean, there's these other alternative things popping up.
Social networks in one app for Windows 8.
Because nobody else does it yet. I mean, really, like Flipboard, I would imagine Flipboard is going to come out for this thing. They'd be insane not to at this point,
Look at the ease in which he was flipping from screen to screen.
I like this interface.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I like the new modern UI, formerly known as Metro. I like the interface.
Is there no name for it now?
It's modern UI.
It's just modern UI.
Yeah.
That's just. I thought Metro was a weird name, but that's just like, what the hell is that? Because there was a talk about what do we call the apps for this thing now?
Well, now they came up with something.
The Windows Store app language or something like that. Like something really stupid. They're pretty much
her go. She is awesome at this.
Well, I would hope so. She's the one who did the video. I'm sure there's a lot of editing here too.
But
still,
edited out her username.
So you got that, and now we saw you doing some of the gestures. We talked about this a little bit beforehand. You don't get any hand holding when you open this thing.
Can I stop watching?
You can stop watching it.
Throw it over here for 1 second. So they did steal a lot from other companies. If you're aware of WebOS, like if anyone's used WebOS, if you want to close an app,
Palm.
If you want to close an app, you just swipe down and it throws it away.
Nice.
If you want to open up your running apps, you have to actually drag out and drag back.
You know, this is the kind of thing where my dog will come up, the puppy will come up and kind of lick my iPad and start activating things. That the functions that he's going to find on this thing would be ridiculous.
Well, now, I'll be honest with you. So I hold my tablet like this.
I'm just waiting. No,
I have
I'm
my
just,
thumb over here all the time.
See, my problem is I think my dog's going to come do some gesture with his tongue that's going to be the equivalent of F-disc. Okay? And just wipe my entire pad.
No, to get the disk management, you have to click through like 18,000
Okay. You can't even get to the disk on this thing. Can you? Is there still a DOS prompt somewhere on this thing? Yes.
You can open up a command
I was
prompt.
wondering that myself.
There's old school FTP. The old if you want to do all manual FTP work, there's a command
amazing.
prompt. There's the Explorer. The one thing that I do find annoying is I hold the tablet like this, and you can see.
Hold up a little bit. Hold up so I can see. So
You can see my palm tends to click here, which then starts to open up the charm bar, which then deactivates my ability to use any
confused.
of the.
Chachi,
I'm
stop
lost right
stop
now.
audibly watching the CNN feed.
I'm sorry.
Are there just like a million ticker bars on there or something?
No, like,
Here, you put
hold
it,
on.
let us see what you're seeing. I'm curious what's got you going on
okay,
here.
this is the part I'm watching. All right.
Okay, okay.
All right. So this is the map. Okay.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
does green mean?
Who's
Gray? It means they're
Green
not in
Party.
yet.
Green
Oh.
Party.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Obviously the Green Party.
What's the pink?
That's
There's a pink party.
that's projections. It's not done yet.
Okay.
Was
Um,
anyone done yet?
No, but okay. So
It looks like Vermont's done up there.
all right, you can't. Here, let me make this bigger for you because this is
I don't know, it doesn't
irritating
work.
the
It does-
shit out of me.
Oh, it does work. How'd you get this?
Chachi
Oh,
knows how to do everything.
Oh, he did the other thing. Oh, he's doing the. He knows his iPhone gestures and it works on the pad on this thing.
Okay, so I'm looking at South Carolina. All right.
Yeah.
Now, if you read that correctly,
Oh, it just changed colors.
yeah, it changed to red.
Yeah.
Okay, but Obama has 75% of the votes. And Romney has 24%.
I don't think they're
of the votes.
updating that one properly.
But they already called it for Romney. I'm so confused.
Well, because this is all based on exit polls. Like, literally, they have like people standing at some of the polls.
I'm sorry.
None of this is accurate.
Let's go.
None of this is actual facts.
I know. Let's go.
All of this is like somebody saying, such as, okay, this guy said Romney, this guy said Obama, and this is all like non-scientific polling exit poll stuff.
Let's go back. Get back to your tablet.
I'm waiting
I'm
for-
not, no. I'd like to take an aside of this. I'm not a huge political person.
I'm so confused.
But technology is
But
interesting.
technology is interesting.
Have you seen the Google?
What really gets me is, okay, so they've completely have
Inaccurate.
no clue what's going on, and they're displaying this for people to view. If you read today, I don't know if you looked at any of the articles. There was a place, I think, in Colorado where the screen calibration was off. So when you would tap for Obama,
That wasn't Colorado.
No, it was in Pittsburgh.
That
It
was in central
it was in
Pennsylvania.
central Pennsylvania as well. And then they throw up this interview with this guy that's working at the polls, and he's like, "We've tested these. We feel that there's no issues."
Yeah.
But you have people coming out. The one guy was technical, and he was trying to figure out
The calibration.
the calibration.
Like the article said that he went from he touched. That's not me. He
Nope.
touched all of Romney to see if maybe a part of that would select Obama. He touched above Romney. He touched above Romney to see if that would select Romney and to see if it was off that way. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to pick this third party candidate to see if maybe selecting her will select Obama because he was right above her. And no, it
It's
just
selecting
would
her.
not. Yeah, it would
So
just.
it was impossible to select Obama.
Yeah.
And,
What was the thing,
well,
Rob?
no, so when if you selected the wrong one and walked out, what do you do?
Well, hopefully you don't see it because you did you vote today? Okay. So you don't know the machines they're using here or anything like that. Okay. Well, so you get these these machines with the touch screens, and they have looks like a little N64 cartridge goes in there, right? And
That is strangely accurate.
it is.
Yeah,
Every time
it
I
is.
see it, it's like that. It looks like a bigger version. Remember that memory pack, the expansion memory pack that went in front of your N64?
Yeah.
It's that, but bigger.
Yeah.
So you go in and you select everything, and actually pulls up a review screen. It's like, is all your votes correct and everything? So if I accidentally clicked Romney, you know, with this kind of button mess up thing going on, it'll show me that I selected Romney, and I'm like, that's not right. And if I can go back, try to select it, it tells me again, and then I can be like, hey, something's wrong with this.
Unless you're an OK clicker. Have you ever run next, OK?
Well, there's also a select all party thing.
Okay.
So maybe that's something too. Like I could select all Democrat,
Not
Republican.
everyone votes like that.
No.
Chilla. No one. Not everyone is you.
Me? Yeah. I know no one's me.
Ain't that the truth?
Sorg.
Anyways, what?
I have your balls in my hand.
So stop playing with my marbles. Anyways, anything else on the election tech-wise? It's interesting. I mean, we're not watching it. Well, Chachi's watching it right now. What's going on there? Yeah, another good one. It's been good with it. If you want to bring it up, Josh, google.com/elections.
Is it better than Is it more accurate than CNN?
It seems like it because South Carolina is actually coming up blue. but they don't have as many votes reported as you do. It looks like they only have like 2,000 for Obama and like 339 for Romney.
Where's this at?
Google.com.
More does not mean necessarily more accurate.
/elections.
Yes, exactly. /elections.
Yes.
Although interesting,
It didn't bring up the.
you can see that. Oh wait, no, I thought there was an extra T and it was misspelled, but there's something on my screen.
This is what I got. I got Google research.
Yeah, you got that, and then go under results. No, at the top. At the top. There's a bunch of different things. Like you can click on a couple of those. Like you can click Explorer and Trends. You can see like how many people are searching for Obama and searching for.
Oh, this
Romney.
is already more accurate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is much better.
So, I mean, it's kind of the projections based on the results being turned in and everything like that. So, actually, you got I clicked on New Hampshire up there. That's blue. Or we got Vermont up there. Whatever that is blue. Like, click on the state. So you click on it, and it actually gives you the counties.
Oh,
that's cool.
So not even half the counties are in yet.
No. I mean, this is all like, everybody wants to know, like, right off the bat and everything like that.
Well, let's just go ahead and call it now after 3 counties.
That's basically what the news does.
This is so
if you remember, back in 2000, everybody called it both ways. The big thing was, like, one station called it for Bush, once called it for Gore, back and forth. They kept changing what their projections were.
I just want you to know that right now, Florida is blue.
Right now, it's blue.
For now. Just throwing it out
And they were the problem state before, so we're keeping an eye on you, Florida.
Yeah, don't screw this up.
Don't screw this up, Florida.
Hey, Florida.
I don't want this election to take like another 3 months.
Hey, Florida.
Okay, we're not doing that.
Hey, Florida.
Do
the right thing.
Yeah, don't hang your chads, okay?
Well, do you think that that's due to the way that someone wrote it, or do you think that people realize that people want some kind of instant gratification, instant piece of information?
Well, I think that's so. Everybody wants to be the first to project something. So, like what you see on the news when they say we projected this state for Obama, we projected this for Romney, etc. It is not based on results. Mm-hmm. Absolutely not based on factual. We got these results in. They're based on they have pollsters out there. Somebody with a clipboard say, "Hey, who'd you vote for? Hey, who'd you vote for?" And not everybody's answering. Mm-hmm. Because I wouldn't necessarily answer if somebody was hanging out up here in Beachview saying, "Hey, who'd you vote for?"
Wasn't that the whole point that it's private in there?
It's exit polls is what it is. It's like the person like after you go see a free screening of a movie, said, "Dig the movie? Any comments? Dig the movie? Any comments?" You know, and then they put that as an ad the first week when it comes back and all that kind of stuff. Versus and notice I see that it's
Jill Stein. That was the lady's name.
What? Who?
The independent that the guy was trying to click on.
Okay. But yeah, this seems a bit more accurate. This is the actual results. This isn't some news person saying, "Okay, we got this many exit polls." Da 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 da. Because I always hated that. I always hated. We called such and such for Obama, and then like you see like half the states aren't even turned in yet. You know, so I don't know. So.
It's 4 o'clock in California, but there's no election results yet. I just want to throw that out there.
Exactly, because no polls would have closed at this point.
I know.
There's no reason for them.
I know.
I'm all right, let's get back into the news here. We had a couple of news items here. First of all, hey, Frank, I want to toss this to you. There's some new Nexuses.
I cannot hear you.
What?
What's that?
I cannot hear you.
He can't hear us.
What the hell?
It's probably the same reason I'm cutting out too.
How about now?
Uh,
How about now?
Hello?
yeah.
There he is.
I'm a lot clearer now.
All
too.
right. Yeah. I don't know what you did, but I cleared all of us up back here. So, no, hey Frank, there's new Nexuses out this week. Last week, I think it was. But of course, we didn't have the big event because of the hurricane, since the event place turned out being a shelter. Have you taken a look at these new Nexus?
Yeah. Well, the first one, the Nexus 7, it's basically the same thing as before, only now they changed the sizes. Now it's either a 16 or a 32 gig, and you also have the option of getting it with HSPEA Plus, I believe that's what it is. So you could have mobile data on a Nexus 7 now. The other thing, the other tablet is the Nexus 10 made by Samsung, which has some really, really good-looking specs, but I don't know, it's too curvy, I think, and it looks like one of those like fake tablet things you'd find at Toys R Us for your 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So it just doesn't look good, I don't think. But the big one is the Nexus 4 that came out, and it has a lot of good specs, except it has 8 gigs of storage for everything. Or you can get the 16 gig model, but the fact that those are your options, it's just rough.
Mm-hmm. At least it's
The
not
other
taking
big thing is they also left out 4G because they said that with the Galaxy Nexus, which is the one that I have, it's a bit of a battery suck and ruins the experience. Which I'm not going to go ahead and say that it ruins the experience, but it's definitely noticeable with the battery usage.
Yeah, and this is kind of an ongoing problem with it too.
Well, one of their displays, their new display outdoes Retina, doesn't it? I think the screen resolution is higher than
yes,
the screen resolution on the iPad.
the Nexus 10. They say the screen resolution is higher than the Retina iPads.
So I think that'll be interesting from a mobility standpoint, especially if you're doing something like Log Me In.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing something with graphics, I think that's where the high resolution is really going to come in handy.
What are you going to be doing with graphics on this thing, though?
Why not hook up? Why not get Photoshop for $10?
They have that. They have that.
Grab a mouse and a keyboard.
Yeah.
And go to town.
Okay. I guess so. How full featured is that Photoshop on there?
You can do it. Does layers. It does.
Does
It does
decent.
some pretty decent stuff. Now the problem is you're stuck with a finger or a stylus on most type devices. But
yeah,
bring a Bluetooth mouse with you.
It's so goofy. Like I don't like the Nexus 10 looks like it's got this huge border on it. It doesn't look like a pleasant 10-inch device to me.
It looks like a chunky border.
It looks like a very chunky kind of utility situation here going on. I'm sure it's fine. I mean, for an Android experience, it's 10 inches. You know,
Part of the reason why it's so wide is because it has dual front-facing dual front-facing speakers, which is something that I think the tablet should have had a while ago.
Yeah.
But
is it 10 inches? Is the screen 10 inches?
I think it's the screen itself, yeah.
So that's going to be like a 14-inch. It's going to be a laptop.
It's not too much different than what you got going on. That thing looks
huge.
There. Yeah. Then click on the 10 at the bottom there, Josh, so we can kind of get a good look at that. Right there. And then, yeah, like I said, the 7, it's going to be, I mean, this might be a spec bump. They just kind of, like, dumped the price down a little bit, right?
What, for the 7?
Yeah.
The 16 took the 8 gigs price.
Okay.
And the 32 is coming in at the $249 where the 16 used to be.
Really, at this point, like, if I'm not, like, really kind of hurting for a 7-inch tablet, but if I was going to grab one, it would probably be the Nexus at this point, just for the price point.
It's fantastic.
And out of my...
It is absolutely...
But again, if you're, like, dead set on an iPad, you're looking at that iPad mini is how much cheaper than another iPad, you know? So I don't think this is going to make much difference. And the people that will settle for this because it's $130 cheaper for the Nexus 7 at least are the people that weren't really sold on an iPad anyways. You know, they're just like, I just want something to do this kind of stuff, you know, in this form factor for whatever reason. And that iPad seemed big. That Surface seems big. You know, that's too much. That's too much computer for me to have for my little tablet, you know, dicky device. You know.
Well, I think a lot of those users are. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, part of the thing for me is I wanted something that was just really portable, and I'm not sure that the iPad Mini is necessarily as portable as the Nexus 7 because I believe it's a little bit wider. And I surprised Missy at one point at PodCamp whenever we were just standing talking, and I just pulled my Nexus 7 out of my pants pocket because it fits perfectly in there. You can't even tell that I have a tablet in my pocket.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, that's one really nice thing about the Nexus 7 size.
Like I said, one of the few Android tablets, I'm just saying, at PodCamp, which is an interesting trend. I think it kind of gives you an idea what kind of people, at least out of that kind of subset of people that, I don't know, how would you describe the demographic at PodCamp? People, social people? Sheep people? Twitter sheep? I mean, I don't think it's the general everyday person by any means. So the people that would have a tablet would be the people that are I don't want to call them elitist. You know,
yeah, I had my tablet.
I mean, what'd you have?
I had my iPad.
You had your iPad, but you didn't have
keyboard.
this. But would you have brought this instead if you had it?
I probably, if I would have just gotten it beforehand, I may have just to force.
But if you had at this point, if you were at this point and PodCamp was tomorrow, would you be bringing this thing?
Nah, I'd be back on the iPad.
You'd be back on the iPad. There you go. So it's not, the iPad still doesn't beat as a portable thing, you know.
When I have my keyboard case, I can type relatively quick. I can do I can do the majority of things that I want to do. But and I look at some of like the lower priced Nexus tablets.
Sure. I'm sorry, Sharman's in the shower and say demographic equals smelly.
I look at it as they're the Kindle users that have their black and white, paperwhite type Kindle.
Okay.
And they're looking for that next step, and they're not ready.
I need to bump up from my paperwhite Kindle to something a little more spiffy. So, which really, we're at that point, when you get a Kindle Fire for $40 cheaper.
When I think at that point in time, you probably, depending on where you are in your ecosystems. I mean, I'm not going to go out and buy $50 worth of apps for the Surface. I'm just not.
Yeah.
I've purchased.
You don't even want to drop $5 on Angry Birds Space.
Exactly. I'll give them just so I can try it out. I'll buy Angry Birds Star Wars, but I'm not going to reinvest unless I really thought I was going to leave the ecosystem. I'm not going to. I don't know. I'm not going to start respending money. Whereas I think, just based on working with the Motorola Zoom, the Microsoft Surface, and the iPad, I feel like the ecosystem, there's more apps, there's more music, there's more video, and it's 1,000 times easier to manage on the iPad.
I found a video of a puppy fighting a doorstop.
What are you doing over there? I thought you were on the elections.
I am, but I clicked it. Kiss put a tweet out that says, to distract you from all the political talk, watch this puppy fight a doorstop, and I did.
There you go. All right, let's bring it around a little bit. So Microsoft finally doing something with Skype. They're going to retire Windows Live Messenger in favor of Skype. Finally!
Yeah,
Who uses this thing?
Who uses Live Messenger?
Who uses this thing?
Goodbye!
It keeps loading on my wife's laptop, and I'm like, really? Do you use this? Like, my mom's selling it sometimes. I'm like, no, your mom lives on iChat right now, okay?
When I saw screen captures today of the merge, how you're going to merge your accounts, and what was interesting was the screen that they had, and I don't know if it was 100% accurate, was the screen they had was you had to sign into Skype and then sign in with your MSN or your Live Messenger account information, and then there was a merge button. It merges the two, but then it makes you continue to log in with your Microsoft account. So I don't know if you're going to have like an alias to your old account.
Oh no!
Or for the people that are leaving Messenger, they're just going to be forced into.
I don't know. There's a lot of ways it could go bad at that point.
Well, then they'll automatically generate you an Outlook.com account, which is the replacement for Hotmail, and then Ballmer will come out in January and say, we had 5 billion people sign up for our mail system.
Yay!
That's usually
Because
like-
they're Skype users.
That's like Prince saying that he was a Billboard artist from his last CD because everyone who bought a ticket to the tour got a copy of the CD.
yeah. Wow, pulling that one out.
Well, it's a legit
I
tactic.
think we talked about it here on the show or something. Like, yeah, that was some insane stuff. All right. Also, on the video.
Hey, guess what else was retired?
What?
The Verizon Android App Store.
Yeah, Verizon's getting rid of all their personalized app store. They're getting rid of it on all their devices.
Why do they even have one at this point?
To be Verizon.
I think that's a question that came up in last week's staff meeting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They realized
Why do
that,
we do this thing? Nobody uses it.
pointless.
Everybody's using their own app store or Amazon or whatever. We don't need to be doing this too.
I think Google, who owns Android, has the Android App Store pretty under control.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the things that Verizon was trying to do with that in the beginning is if you were on the corporate side, you could use Verizon's app store to distribute your corporate apps.
Okay.
By logging into their app store, only certain people would see certain apps.
Okay.
Now, I think that
makes sense.
I don't think it caught on.
No. Can you do the same thing with Google Play Store?
I don't know. I know you can Apple's even starting to let you kind of do it where you can put an app out there that's not viewable to the public, but you'll get the system-generated keys to give out to your employees, and they can pull personalized versions of apps. It's mainly keyed towards app developers that are customizing the same type of app, but throwing up a different logo inside the app, so that each customer would get a customized layout and look.
Well, that's good. That's good. Like especially as many, because it really does seem like we're really PCifying the smartphones. That Android is well over 50% at this point, right?
Yeah.
So I think you're going to find yourself at this point where and I think this is growing because I think more people are just straight getting smartphones. So nothing is shrinking on Apple's side, but you're going to get to this point where they're going to have 10% of the market, but they're still making money off that 10% of the market, and it's going to be just like we see with PCs right now. But we'll see what happens with the Microsoft stuff too.
Which kind of leads into your next topic. Unless you're skipping it.
Wait, which one? I don't know. It's a rumor. I was iffy on that one. I don't know. I want to talk about the facts first.
It was covered in Forbes and it was covered in a bunch of things.
Okay.
I don't. But in here, I just want to bring it up.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's important.
Screw this story. Okay.
Well, no.
Tell the people.
So
what
Apple's
we're talking about.
reportedly looking at shying away from Intel and looking at ARM technologies, much like the Surface RT did. But
not an Intel.
It's not an Intel chip. They're looking at their ARM, the chips that they're developing.
Hence your limitations.
And I honestly think that this is some piece of information that someone's putting out there to try to hit Intel stock price or to do something, because everyone that talks about it says, oh, it's years and years away. So why even bring it up now? If it's years and years away, why would anyone care unless you're trying to affect the ARM stock price or the Intel stock price?
So now, what are these A5 chips based on? Is that ARM?
I think it is an ARM.
That's
technology.
an ARM-based processor.
They had to pay for some kind of patent.
But they're kind of developing it on their own as well, right?
Well, Samsung was producing the chips before. Now they're not going to.
Okay. So they're already kind of on this, and we're talking about like this article on The Verge is talking about. They say Apple reportedly mulling a move away from Intel and as the PC and tablet markets converge, which could be again like you like what Windows is doing. So maybe it could be like that's a sign of what's to come. Maybe that's a sign of okay, now this iOS is going to converge even more to Mac OS X. Because I mean, there's underpinnings of that. It's parts of the same operating system, and you have a lot of stuff going on that's just kind of mimicking on the Mac OS. But if it gets closer, these things could run. I mean, look at all the cues you have, like the MacBook Air already taken from the iPad technology-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally said like the last big rev they did of that thing, where they made it even thinner. They're like, yes, we did a lot of things with the iPad right, and we're literally just transforming them over to the tablet market.
When I look at it is, why wouldn't I think you'll get to the point, and it's my own personal opinion, I think you'll get to the point where your phone's powerful enough, you'll walk into work, you walk into wherever you're at, you'll sit in a dock, and you'll have a keyboard.
But we had that. Remember the Axis or something? Asus?
Well, yeah, and
the AT&T
yeah,
one?
AT&T, and they're doing it. Who's doing it? Somebody, Asus is doing it with the pad phone. They're trying it back out where your phone slides into the back of the tablet, and it's just a bigger display for your phone.
I don't see any of those working at any mass appeal until you see an Apple do it, until you see like a Microsoft Surface do that.
Right. But I do think that it's gonna get to the day where you're gonna cram enough memory, speed, everything you need into your device, and you're just gonna go plug in somewhere.
Every time I was, what the hell? Oh, Arrow is on at my gym. It kind of caught my eye. I'm sorry. So I mean, this thing, I'm playing all the things. I mean, geez, I'm playing Carmageddon on this thing, you know. So already, I'm definitely more powerful than a late, 90s computer. But what was it? John Carmack, like 2 phones ago, was saying that this thing beats PlayStation 2 graphics. This thing's almost to Xbox graphics. You know,
I don't see why couldn't get.
This thing's a better game machine than or the iPad's a better.
Hey,
game machine.
I play Grand Theft Auto 3 on mine all the time.
Grand Theft Auto 3 is on mine. Yeah, exactly, and it works better on this than my iPad. Well, I have an iPad once, so you know.
Well, and I just think it's gonna take people getting used to it. If people can adapt to the modern UI / Metro, it's just going to be another step in that transition.
I think you're going to get I think we were talking beforehand about how I really think that like when you go iPad, it feels like okay, we're kind of moving up from a phone, getting like we're building features. It feels like when you're going from Windows 8 like a laptop to Surface, you're just going down a step in features. Somewhere the iPad is going to keep stepping up in features so it gets to wherever the Surface is, that it's making all of its compromises to still be a tablet, but still be a fully functional computer. And there's going to be these different layers, like an onion. There's going to be these different layers, and then you pick where you want in the layers of, okay, I just need to do this, this, and this, so I need this device down here. I need to do a little bit more with it, so maybe I'll go with the Surface level tablet, you know? And then you're just, those chips can just kind of converge at that.
I completely agree, and I think the one thing that Apple's missing out on is mouse integration.
But that's not who it's for. But that's not who it's for.
I understand that. Really, what you're talking about, you're gonna meet somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
And okay, Microsoft's doing it. I have full mouse.
But we're gonna.
Android's
but we'll see when we're going to do it. We're going to make sure we do it right, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.
What?
I think I went Australian on that.
I don't know.
I'm working on my Johnny Ive. Oh wait, are you still on the election? I see.
But I think
did Ron Paul win?
No.
Okay.
I don't even think.
I don't even know what color that is.
You need to be able to get to that accuracy beyond a fingertip.
Exactly. Like I could see, you get to a point where something like this, something like an iPad replaces Malengo, who used to be on the show a lot. He has a Wacom tablet, okay, which is just this giant screen that mimics what's on the PC screen, so he can draw on it. When do you get that down to this? You know, I mean, I know, and we have so many steps along the way. I mean, we had my brother had the touch tab that was running. I think it started on Windows Vista. It was the HP. It was the one that turns. No, it's not the Slate. It's a laptop, but it turns and flips down on top of the keyboard, so then it turns into just like a super thick tablet.
Okay. And
he got that because he was in art and everything, so he wanted to kind of get into drawing and Photoshop and stuff. And I think you're going to have. I think this thing, the Surface, is going to be the closest thing to it because I think you're going to get. Is there a stylus on that thing?
They're coming out with one, which I thought was weird. They'll have it for the Surface Pro. They'll have it. They'll have it ready for launch.
Even and Malengo, like I mentioned before, he even got a Windows 7 tablet.
Okay.
They brought with us when we went to the Baltimore Comic Con, and again had the thing, but it was still a full function thing. But you lost so much performance when you put it in that. Now you're at this point where you're like, well, we cut all the performance hog stuff. And now we're back on the tablet side of things.
And I didn't download it, but they have an app that's free. It's called Fresh Paint. If you see the new commercial with the little girl, and they have like a computer screen that's like this big, and the mom picks it up and moves it across the room. But that's That's like a graphics app that's
Exactly.
meant for
Look at
art.
what's that, Sketchbook or what?
Yeah.
Paper. Paper on the iPad
Okay.
is another thing that's like towards that goal. You know, you have Photoshop for $10 on there. Is there Photoshop on the iPad? Like,
Yes.
there's like I know there's like a freebie version.
There's beyond the freebie, that's Express.
Okay.
I paid for the $10
Okay.
Photoshop, and I like it. It's
It's
usable.
very usable.
It's usable from the aspect of I want to crop something. I may
Okay.
want to do a little bit of filtering.
Okay.
I may want to do
well, even see like maybe that's something that's all I need to make the little graphics I make for the podcast.
right.
You know.
When that's what did you see the at PodCamp, the guy that was doing how to podcast 100% from an iPad?
I did see a little bit of that, and
He
then actually
did.
I talked with
Rob.
Dave Mansueto. Sorry. In the back of the room, he was showing me this rig that you plug into an iPad, and it just kind of feeds these channels through, and you could completely like DJ with 2 iPads in this thing, or podcast 2 channels and all this stuff. It's insane what you can do with this stuff, and I'm hoping to have that video up probably in the next week here, probably a little longer actually. But it was a really good talk about that stuff.
When they showed you in that presentation how to create your podcast graphic in Photoshop, attach it, and then FTP it up. So I mean, it was pretty neat.
It's amazing, and there's a great app. I got a code from him for Boss Jock, and we played with it a little bit. I want to play more. I want to check it out on the iPad because I guess you get a lot more buttons to play with on there.
And he's coming out with a new update.
And there's an update coming for it. But it was really good that you could record something, do a pause, cue something else. You could actually load these either sections of your podcast, like if you had maybe an interview or a sound effect you had already loaded in there, or entrance music. So you can cue that, start talking, do your podcast, da-da-da-da-da, cue the next thing, and you have like 6 slots for it. It was like really great. So now that this has become the tablets and iPads and everything are awesome, are going to be the future show.
And Chachi will still be watching the election.
And Chachi is still making his head explode from the elections. What's going on over there, Chachi?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I do not. Let me just point out that I don't know how the hell newscasters do this for a living. Okay,
They lie. They lie well.
All right.
We should have got a locate on.
Wait,
Oh, you're
hold
probably
on.
busy, but yeah.
Wait, hold on. Look. Okay, CNN
All right.
has it 64 electoral votes for Obama,
Well, no.
56 electoral votes for
All right, that's electoral. That's different.
for Romney.
You know,
okay,
you know, electoral is like a whole other thing, right?
that's what determines the winner.
Exactly, but
Okay.
it's not necessarily based on the actual votes that came
That's
in,
not
et cetera,
based on
et
the
cetera.
popular vote.
This
No,
is,
but this is the score I'm going for.
and I'm imagining these are all projections.
Hey, this is what they're marking down.
Where's that at? Is there an easy URL for that?
This is CNN.
I just
On
gotta see
Google,
it. Yes.
they have it 64 Obama, 40 Mitt.
Okay.
All right,
That's not too far off.
hey, wait for it. On NBC, they have it 84 or 82 Romney to 64 Obama. I don't know what the hell's going on.
All I do, I go to CNN.com and I see this ominous silhouette. Who's it going to be, America?
I don't know
Who's it gonna be?
on
That's
anymore.
kind of spooky.
That's really scary. Just go to CNN.com and show them this thing. It's insane.
Oh, that yeah, I saw that. I
Who's it going to
giggled.
be, America? Game on. Polls closed in 4 battleground states. What? Oh boy. And probably when they're doing their journal, like, yeah, we already know this state's going to go this way or whatever. So yeah,
Ba, ba, ba. Who's it gonna be?
there it is. What's up, America?
WrestleFan is way behind
Why?
because he's saying it's 33 to 3.
Well, he's just on some Texas source.
What was
there.
going on in California where people were Instagramming their...
No, that's happening everywhere.
But it's illegal or something
It's
there?
illegal in 7 states.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I did that one time. I took a picture of what I selected.
Oh
like
no,
that last
Pennsylvania.
screen.
Pennsylvania's not one of the states where it's illegal.
Well, I did it one time, and I was like, yeah, I took a picture so I could remember who I voted for. And Missy was like, I don't think you're allowed to do that at all. I was like,
Well, you're not supposed to. I mean, it says on the sign that you're not supposed to record
hmm.
in. Oh, and I'm not sure about photography, but Yeah, Pennsylvania is not one of the states.
Well, it's not like fully illegal to do that.
Right.
But now there's everybody with their cameras on their phones.
Right.
It's 4 years later. Now everybody has a good camera on their phone, and they have Instagram.
I have a picture of my completion screen.
Yeah.
Or my confirmation screen.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do too. I wish I would have did that again.
Why can't you just vote from your phone?
I know.
We discussed that last year on election day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah, no, it wasn't last year. It was 4 years ago.
Okay.
4 years ago on election day, we talked about
this. What, on the Wrestling Mayhem show?
No, on AwesomeCast.
Not 4 years ago. We haven't been doing this that long. I'm trying to find the one that Rob put out.
I'm so tired.
What?
We talked about. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. I don't know.
It's okay, Chach. It's
My
okay.
head.
Oh, wait.
There's steam coming out
Here
of
it is.
his
I found this. I found this tweet that's been bugging me all night from Rob. You know, Rob that used to be on the show.
Wait, Rob who?
Rob De La Creta.
Oh.
He's like, what's risky? Online voting. What's a terrible idea? Deciding to accept email and fax votes at the last minute with no infrastructure. I guess that's happening somewhere.
I'm just gonna pick the website that has the results I like the best.
That's what everybody else does.
It's okay. NBC.
Really, that's how it works.
That's how they do projections.
All right, on that note, okay, that's enough of this stuff.
NBC is gone.
We got other stuff to do tonight, so on that point, Frank,
I think I'm gonna stick with Google.
any final words on the tablet and/or election debate tonight?
There was no debate.
Nope.
No.
You're at insertcointobegin.com, sir.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Google.
Yep.
Yeah, for the most part.
Alrighty. Anything else you want to throw out there? What are you working on? You're just working.
What am I working on?
Yeah.
Celebrating Election Day by buying a German car.
Woo!
Woo!
That's your right. That's your right. Excellent. And of course, here on the couch, Chilla.
How's it going?
He's going to be the guy to say, hey, how's that Surface going?
Yeah, everybody go out and buy a tablet. I don't care what it is.
Dude, everybody,
the right.
You got two things you need to do today. You need to go vote. You go buy a tablet. You need to vote with your wallet.
It's too late for that.
What?
Voting.
Voting?
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, it's good.
Wait, but you could fly.
Depends where you're at. Depends where you're at.
Like
Fly to California.
No, because then you would have to be an absentee ballot, which is already done.
Oh.
There has to be a loophole.
There's always a loophole.
Unless we have people in California listening live right now.
You never know.
Or
you never know. It could be out there.
If they're faxing it, I'm sure there's a way.
40 minutes for Texas, I guess.
Left?
I think so.
West side.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
West Coast.
40 minutes for Texas.
Get your vote out, West Coast.
All right, let's end this.
I'm throwing up gang signs.
Yeah, finish it.
Electric gang signs. I'm Sorg. Chachi behind the board. InsertCoinToBegin.com. At Chachi says.
My head hurts.
Well, let us know how Charmander's doing.
Charmander's a mean Pokemon. Let me just throw that out there. I was gonna call him that word that I can't say on the show.
And I'm over at Sorgatron.com. I got some bloggy blogs over there from my no plo blow momo.
Nah blah 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 blah.
You need blah 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 blah.
Vote or die, mother effer, says Riz. All right. Thanks a lot. This is AwesomeCast. Go check us out. Contact at AwesomeCast.com if you want to email us.
Right there.
If you want to tweet us at AwesomeCast. We're on Facebook. We're on Google+. At Chilla if you want to ask about the Surface. Because none of us have that. I want an iPad. I'm about to.
What do you think your next one will be?
It's going to be an iPad. I'm getting an iPad. I'm not getting these mini ones. I'm going to get a proper iPad. Okay. I like my full iPad. And you know what? I'm not even going to get rid of the old one because I could still do so much with it. All the production stuff we do. That can be just...
Hey, why don't you get that 20-inch tablet that Microsoft is toying around with?
20-inch tablet?
I think that's the one in the video.
Oh, jeez.
It's like on an artist's easel, and this girl's like drawing on it. And
what are you gonna do?
She brings and Skypes her dad in, and
you aren't gonna put it in your pocket, that's for sure.
You're gonna get like this backpack holster thing to carry it around with. It's gonna be ridiculous. Man. Wow. You know, I could see them doing that. It could be like their answer to the Wacom topic.
You know what? I could see that because you think about it, 17-inch laptops. It's not that much bigger.
Hey, Sorg.
This is a 13-inch
WrestleFan just wants you to bust out with an oy vey.
Oy vey.
Thank you. We're out.